Dr. Valerie Barber helped pave the way for women's rowing at Florida Tech. Despite admittedly not knowing the sport of rowing when she arrived in 1974, she rowed all 4 years for the Panthers. As a member of the women's varsity 8, she rowed the 7th seat to 3 state championships and 2 South Region championships. The varsity 8 also experienced success on the biggest stage, the Dad Vale Regatta. The Panthers won 2 silver medals and 1 bronze during her tenure at Florida Tech. Also, Dr. Barber and a women's 4 earned a 5th place medal at the head of the Charles in Boston in the women's team first ever appearance. She says the highlight of her career came during her senior year in 1978. Dr. Barber helped form an 8 composed of the top women's rowers from Florida Tech, UCF, and Tampa. They faced a boat from Vesper Boat Club in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, composed of women from the national team and past Olympians. Dr. Barber's boat won by over 2 boat lengths. Dr. Barber had her sights set on joining the Peace Corps upon graduating with an oceanography degree from Florida Tech in 1978. However, her passion of rowing steered her to a different path. She made the U.S. rowing team and earned the 5 seat in the women's 8 after graduating. At the World Championships, Dr. Barber and Team USA finished 4th. 2 years later, in 1980, Dr. Barber became a U.S. Olympian by earning a seat in the women's 4. She was scheduled to compete in the 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow, but USA was one of 65 countries to boycott the Games because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Dr. Barber is now an assistant research professor with the University of Alaska Fairbanks at the Matanuska Research Station in Palmer, Alaska.
Hi, I'm Casey Baker. I coached the rowing team here at FIT from the late 70s all the way up through 2006 when I had Valerie Barber on my team with some other top-end athletes back at that time. Later on, went through the 90s with the men and then back again with the women in the 2000s up to 2006. But Valerie's team was something special for me because that was my first coaching opportunities, and we ended up with medals in the national championships. The things that I recall back in the 70s with Valerie, down here at the boathouse, our early morning practices at 5:30 in the morning. We'd be out on the water in the dark as they are now. We'd be pushing the weights down there, and Valerie was a true leader back at that time because she brought so many people along with her that never would have excelled to their potential without her leadership back at that time. I just recall her laugh. She's got an infectious laugh. You'll hear it even now, today, that same laugh I remember back at that time. But she was a stellar athlete, worked hard, and was just one of the best rowers, women rowers I've had in my 20 years of coaching. And as we approached the Dadville Regatta, as the speed of the boat picked up, that we knew that we had the speed to do some damage out there. And that first year, we took a silver medal in the Dadvales, and what a spectacular row that was. And even the following year, we took a bronze. We just had 2 wonderful years of runs when I was coaching with them back at that time. And Valerie, it was just spectacular to have you as part of that group. Some of the things that made that team so successful was the fact that they were down here every single day. They were down here for their weight training. They were down here on the water, whether we were rowing through white caps or wind. It didn't make any difference. Whether I was asking them to run the stairs over at the Science Tower or if we had to run to the beach and back. I mean, there was very little complaining, and all the people on the team, Valerie is one of the leaders there, drew people along with them. And that's what you had to have in a team sport like this. And as we progressed down the course of the river every single day, it just became more and more obvious that we had quite a golden group there. I also have to give credit to Valerie's freshman coach. When she came to row here, it wasn't that she rowed in any school previous to coming here. I received her as a sophomore, I believe, might even been a junior, I'm not even sure. But the credit goes to a coach that taught her how to row, and her dedication comes through with a new coach bringing her out as a rower. It was really something to come up with athletes as you walk into a program like that and they're ready to rock and roll. And Valerie was just one of those magical ladies that knew how to work hard, and I couldn't have had a better group. She had attributes that was beyond the norm. And we saw this as she went through the 2 years here at FIT, winning the silver and gold, and not the gold, the bronze medal at the Dad Vale Championship. But also we put together another boat that was tested against some of the former Olympians from Vesper Boat Club, and we beat them, and Valerie was part of that boat. So that was a real eye-opener. She went on to make the U.S. national team, U.S. Olympic team. And I think that was our boycott years, so it didn't come to fruition for her, and she took that energy and put it into her biologist profession out there in Alaska, and it turned out she's just been fabulous.
Val, congratulations. Have a lot of fun. We all love you. This is the best thing, and welcome to the Hall of Fame.